What have I done? What have I done? How could I be so blind? All is lost. Where was I? Spoiled all. Spoiled all. Everything has gone all wrong. What have I done? What have I done? Find a deep cave to hide in. In a million years they'll find me only dust and plaque that reads, "Here lies poor old Jack." But I never intended all this madness. Never. And nobody really understood, well, how could they? That all I ever wanted was to bring them something great. Why does nothing ever turn out like it should? Well, what the heck, I went and did my best, and by God, I really tasted something swell. And for a moment, why, I even touched the sky, and at least I left some stories they could tell. I did, and for the first time since, I don't remember when, I felt just like my old bony self again. And I, Jack, the Pumpkin King. That's right, I am the Pumpkin King. And I just can't wait until next Halloween, 'cause I've got some new ideas that would really make them scream, and by God, I'm really going to give it all my might. Uh-oh. I hope there's still time to set things right. Sandy